Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yuji Miyata, and I'm a peace messenger and founder of Peace Week. For decades, I have been my peace and environment action for making our world a better place. And I would like to share my experiences and my message. So I would like to tell one very wonderful word from native Indian. They said, we do not receive the earth from ancestors. We borrow the earth from future generation. How many people think and act for the future generation at this moment? Very few people. I am the one who try to making our world a better place for future generation. For decades, I have walked 13,100 kilometers in 20 different countries. And not only walking, but also all the way, I planted over 5,000 trees. And I visited 800 schools to hold lectures to give the hope. And 300 orphanages I visited and helped poor children. And not only this kind of action, but also I try to manage and organize lots of global programs, cooperating with United Nations, government, NGO group, schools. And when I talk this kind of things, everybody said, well done, good job, you're an amazing person. But that moment I asked the people, would you please start some small action for future generation at your place, with your family, with your community people, with your friends. But every time people said, I'm sorry, I'm busy to leave. This is the reality of ordinary people's mind. Everybody actually won't change. But everybody don't want to change. No one wants to lead to change this world. When I heard this kind of word, when I saw this kind of situation, I feel sad. For half century, after Industrial Revolution, we started to consume so many natural resources in high speed. Previous year, according to the researcher, for keeping our economy, we need 1.6 times more earth we need. Is it normal? Have you ever seen this kind of situation before? Have you ever seen how many natural resources we wasted? Nowadays, we follow GDP, right? We try to increase individual consumption level, right? But as you see, we already waste 1.6 times earth we use. How can we increase this GDP? Impossible, right? So already we destroy the balance between human society and nature. But still right now, we try to consume more and more. Buy, money, money, money. And who try to control this situation? Rich people, wealthy country people. They try to use developing countries' natural resources. They try to use developing countries' human resources, and they try to keep this kind of situation. But if this kind of poor country people understand the situation, what could be happening? Have you ever seen this kind of things? If they understood this kind of situation, definitely they will start demonstration. They will start some protest. They will start against the government or people who have power who have a position, who have the money. So due to the globalization, actually we destroyed lots of nature. And we ignore the human rights in this poor country. Good example is Syria. In 2011, they started a conflict. Still right now, many people suffered, right? I saw this kind of situation through my action. Here is some kind of example. China, there's a massive destruction and pollution. Vietnam, Cambodia, developing country, there's a huge number of poor people, poor children suffer due to poverty. Syria, in 2011, I was in the country, I saw the situation of the conflict directly. People were killed by the government without any reasons. Balkan areas, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Montenegro. Before it was one country, but due to the different way of thinking, they fought and they had no choice but to separate the countries. Middle of Europe, the people forget humanity. And they try to earn lots of money, destroying the nature. I am the person, I try to help this kind of people who suffer from the world situation. My way of action is very simple. When I arrive at the country, actually that moment I have no connection, no friend, nothing I know. But I start to my work, I start to connect with the people. At that moment, I try to be a local people. I try to learn the language. I try to learn their culture. I try to learn their food culture. I try to learn their religious belief, everything. I'm trying to become the local people. And when I try to become the local people, try to understand their culture, always I can make one friendship. And through this kind of friendship, I could expand the chain of friendship, and I could do so many things for the country. But first time, it was very hard. I tried to visit the government office, school, NGO group, and try to propose. Would you please do some small action for the community? Like tree planting, or holding a lecture at school, or helping orphanages. But first time, everybody said, what are you doing? Go back to country, get job, get married, think about your wife. Everybody said, but I have a determination. In my life, actually I had a misery. I lost my fiancé, I lost my best friend the same year. And that moment, 1 year, I cried every day. And I stayed small room without any lights, and also I tried to suicide. But that moment I was thinking deeply about my life and the world situation. I felt I don't want to see anybody feel the same as me. So that moment I determined, okay, let's use my time, let's use my power, let's use my money, everything let's use to make our world a better place. So that is why this kind of determination keep moving forward. Every single day I walk. Snowing, raining, very hot weather, I walk and try to approach this society. And one day, people came to me and they invited me to their school. The school was very small. 40 to 50 students study at the primary school. Very small countryside school. And I could hold one lecture and I could plant one tree. And after this action, I could plant 5 trees. And from 5 trees, I could plant 10 trees. 10 trees and 100 trees. And 100 trees, 1,000 trees. I could plant lots of trees for protect the environment. Not only tree planting, but also I could hold many lectures at the schools. And also I could help many children, poor children, and also I could manage many global programs. For peace and protect the environment, important thing is We don't need any kind of hero. We don't need any kind of superstar. We don't need any kind of angel who can do big things. Important thing is every single person, we need to find a role at their place. We need to find a happiness which from giving away from something ourselves. We need to find the problem together. We need to solve the problem together at the place. So now the time we need to reconnect the people. Now the time we need to rebuild, reform the way of community system together, where all people can share love and compassion, where all creatures can live peacefully and beautifully. The key point would be family. I would like to show this picture. This picture I was taken in Syria, 2011. In 2011, from February to March, using 1.5 months, I walked through Syria from Damascus and Aleppo and across the border to Turkey. And that moment already started conflict. I saw so many kind of situations. Everywhere they have a demonstration. And many places, the government, using the rifle with no reason, they kill ordinary people. It was very scary. And I was worried about my life. Maybe I will lose my life. But that moment, I encouraged by myself, and I start my walking. And when I arrived in the middle of Syria, I could meet some local people, and I could make a friendship, and I decided to stay in this village for 2 to 3 days. But meantime, the village, there's no adult people. Because they already started conflict, so many adult people, they moved to the city to do some kind of demonstration. For some adult people, they have to walk in the city. So, meantime, the daytime, there are no adult people. So I stay with the children, I play with the children, and I become their family. But that moment, I have to say, I have to start my walking to London as my mission of the United Nations. And that moment when I say, children, they cry, and they say, please don't go, please stay with us. Because they feel loneliness, they feel sadness, they fear because of the conflict situation. So that moment I promised them, I will come back. And as soon as I arrived in Aleppo in my walking, I came back. And when I arrived the village called Sudan, all the kids recognized me. And in a few seconds, suddenly 300, 400 kids gather, and they hug me and shake hands with me and say, Yuji, welcome back. And all together, shake hand in hand, we walked to the house where I stayed. And that moment, children were so happy. So they call my name, Yuji, very strongly and powerfully. Somehow, the government, local government and police officers, they heard the voice and they thought, in our village started some demonstration. So as soon as I arrived at the house, they came, they called me. And they brought me to some small room and tried to check who I am. But they cannot speak English. They cannot speak any other language which I can speak. They just using Arabic, they started to ask who I am. So that moment actually, they thought I'm a spy to put a fire in the country. That moment I thought I would die. But that moment, these children, they broke the door, they came in front of me, they surrounded me and they started to explain who I am. Yuji is not a bad person. Yuji came here for us. They explained hours and hours till the police officer understood. So at the end, these children saved my life. And after this kind of accident happens, we all together, even the police officer together, we drank the tea together and we ate the lunch together. So that moment, I became the family. From these children, I learned what is the meaning of humanity. I learned what is the meaning of family. Every single person, you guys have a family, right? Even the prime minister, even the president, even CEO, young or old, man or woman, everybody have this kind of connection, right? And we can share our wonderful humanity. We can appreciate. We can show our kindness. We can show our forgiveness, apology, compassion. We can show. But why we cannot show up to the other people? Why? Please think about food. Where does it come from? Who produced us? Who brought us? Who served for us? Who cooked for us? Not only the food, many kind of material which we use our daily life. Actually, not only the family, they have a huge connections, right? So actually, for other people, if we understand this kind of connection, actually we can show our good attitude toward other people. Yes? So through our good attitude, good behavior, actually we can change, we can inspire our family. We can inspire the people who are nearest. And through this kind of action, actually, we can change the family. And if we can change the family, we can change the community. If we can change the community, we can change the city. If we can change the city, we can change the country. If we can change the country, we can change the world together. It's a very simple. This is some sort of idea. One person, we can change maybe 3 or few people. And these 3 people, if they can change another 3 people. This kind of way, dramatically, we can change the world a better place. Right? So, from now, actually, you guys need to think this kind of things. What is the meaning of family? And from now, please imagine. Right now, we have a lot of problems of food problems, elderly care, education, many kind of problems. In the future, right now also have problems. Please imagine, if every single community have community garden where we can produce organic, healthy product together, and if we can share this kind of food together as a community, we can solve food problem in the future. And also, if we can make some daily care center for elderly people and look after the old people together, also we can look after the old people. At the same place, if we can make some kind of facility where we can educate young generation with the community people, not only educating knowledge or information following the competition society, elite society, but telling what is the meaning of humanity, what is the meaning of family. If we can teach, can we make big family every single community? And this kind of way, if we can make this kind of community everywhere, from our small action, can we change the world a better place? This is my idea, which I gained through my peace and environmental action. Everybody, from our way of thinking, we can change our world. If we can change our world, we can change our behavior. If we can change our behavior, we can find destiny. And all together, if we find this destiny, all together we can change the world for next generation. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and compassion. From now, let's try to think future and let's try to make our world a better place. Thank you so much.